I am broke. So I basically set my wallet on fire this month because of how many freaking Nendoroids that I bought. And today, I'm here to show you guys what I bought. And of course, we have to start with this little boy right here. This little boy that's pointing at you if you're trying to focus. There you go. Look at him mad. Look at him mad. I would be too if I spent all my money on freaking Nendoroids. But I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't like this character, and if I didn't like part 5 of JoJo's, and if Pashon wasn't my favorite group in JoJo's, I wouldn't have bought this Nendoroid just because he really has nothing at all. He has a teapot that he holds for him serving tea as an accessory. But that's pretty much it. That's the only thing. And his headphones that he wears, which I don't really count as an accessory. If he wears it and he uses it regularly in the show, he should really have it. He doesn't have any cool poses that he can do. Yes, they are articulated like every JoJo Nendoroid is, but it's not enough to make his poses fire and look anime accurate, because right now he's just standing and pointing. It's pretty much the coolest thing you can do with him, and all his faceplates are kind of bland too, aside from the one I have him in right now, which is the one who's mad. If Abachio's character design was basic, super basic, this Nendoroid wouldn't have worked at all. The only reason why I bought him is to complete the Pashon group in Nendoroid form. So him, NARANCIA, Mista, which is the only one I'm missing, Giorno, and Abachio. No, this is Abachio. And Bruno. I meant Bruno. I'm sorry. I don't really count Fugo because he left. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but he kind of left the group. I mean, he really did. So I'm not going to buy him. And there's one thing that I noticed with Abachio's design is that he actually has a star-shaped thing on his head. I never knew that. I mean, I never saw above his head in the anime. Not that I remember, so that's pretty cool to know. I guess that's one takeaway I can get from buying this Nendoroid. The next one that I'm going to show you guys is actually pretty cool, and it's also part of Pashon. It's NARANCIA. Come on, focus. It focused on Abachio. Why wouldn't it focus on this? So yeah, we'll focus, but I picked up NARANCIA this month as well. He's also from Pashon and he's also from part 5. And I also wouldn't have bought him if I didn't want to complete Pashon, because NARANCIA is not one of my favorite characters in JoJo's. I mean, yes, he's cool, and this Nendoroid is freaking sick actually. It's so much better than Abachio's. But I do like Abachio's character more than NARANCIA's. And it's actually pretty sick, because I'm pretty sure that NARANCIA is the only Nendoroid that comes with his stand. And I don't think anyone else's stand come with a Nendoroid. Or if there's any Nendoroids of the stand. Maybe Fugo as well with the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fugo does with a mirror. But so far it's just them two. Which is super sick. Their stands really come with the Nendoroids. And that would be super sick if they made stand Nendoroids. I would definitely collect all the stands, because the one thing I love about JoJo's is the stands, and those are freaking fire, if you can tell right there. The only caveat for having his stand included with the Nendoroid is the pegs that come with it. There are 2 pegs to support the stand. One for the plane and one for his eye thing. And for his eye thing, the peg for it's gotta be in front, so it'll be in the same space as his eye. And it's kind of covering his arm pointing at you, which kind of sucks, but still cool because his hand looks freaking fire. It's a freaking airplane. And another thing that NARANCIA comes with is actually even more accessories, so much more than Abachio's already. It's already twice as much as Abachio's. So he comes with a knife that he's holding, so he can stab you and kill you, because they are pretty messed up. Pashon's pretty messed up. They're a group of gangsters. And he also comes with the guy that he fought, the guy who can his stands to shrink you until you disappear. He also comes with that really sick that he defeated that guy, and you can display it with this Nendoroid. I really love the way that JoJo's has so much drip, especially part 5, because it makes even the Nendoroids look freaking fire. Even if they don't have that much accessories, they still look cool because of the way their character designs are. I actually want more articulation from the JoJo Nendoroids because I want them to do the torture dance pose. That would be super sick. especially in NARANCIA and Mista. Speaking of Mista, he's like the only one that I'm missing from part 5. Wait, no, let me rephrase that. He's the only one I'm missing that I want from part 5. So please, if you have a Mista, I'm willing to buy it if you're willing to sell it. And sticking with the team of JoJo's and sticking with the team that I wouldn't have bought it if blah 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 is RISOTTO NERO. So he's actually one of the coolest looking characters in part 5, hands down. It says that I wouldn't have bought him just because I wasn't really buying the villains of part 5 since there's no Diavolo, which is why I wasn't going to touch the villains. But he came with a set of Baccio and NARANCIA for a pretty good deal, which is why I bought him. And I'm glad that I did, because he looks super sick. And I freaking love the ghost that he comes with. That's like the only accessory that he has. But again, like I said with the other two, his character design's cool enough to make him pop out and look hella fresh and fire. But now that I have him in my collection, and I don't plan on selling him because he looks cool, because he has this post where he has like his iron metal ghost things with him. It looks super sick looking at. But now that I have him, I'm starting to look more into JoJo villains. And why isn't there the Diavolo one when he's the main villain of part 5? I mean, there's a RISOTTO NERO and there's a Prosciutto. So where is Diavolo? Where is he? I'm waiting, because that's gonna be hella fire if we have Diavolo. But like the other JoJo NENDOROID from part 5, he doesn't really have much accessories. He has this and the pose where he has like his hands behind his back, where he looks freaking cool looking at. It's just weird in NENDOROID form because you can't really see his arms doing this. Nonetheless, still pretty cool, just because of this character design. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Okay, there's something that I noticed with a NENDOROID that I learned about the character again, like what happened with Baccio. So did you guys know that there's like yellow balls on his hood? They all have like one letter each and they spell RISOTTO all together. Again, the more you learn. And one more thing I like about the JoJo NENDOROIDs is that their boxes are freaking sick. It has the menacing name letter thing. You know what I'm talking about. On the boxes, and it's like embossed a little bit so you can feel it. And it also has the arrows where you get stance from on the sides. That's freaking fire. Attention to detail. I love JoJo's. Now that we're done with JoJo's, let's move on to another series with hella good looking boys. We got Haikyuu, baby. So the re-release for DAICHI and BOKUTO came out this month, and I had to pick both of them up because I am now collecting the captains and all of the Karasuno boys, which is like more money because I still need a lot. I still need Ushijima, Kita, and Tsukishima, Suga, Yamaguchi. I forgot his name. Don't really care. Not really gonna buy him. So yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna pick up Asahi and Tsukishima next, and Ushijima. That's pretty much it. But anyway, let's move on to BOKUTO. BOKUTO's NENDOROID and all of generally Haikyuu NENDOROIDs, they come in a lot of poses, which is super sick, and I love that. And the captains have the cloaks, which is why I'm collecting captains, just so I can get their jackets up and display it all together. That'll be pretty freaking fire. So, like the rest of the Haikyuu NENDOROIDs, BOKUTO comes with a volleyball that you can display him with. He can receive and stuff. He can celebrate, which I like. I really love his celebration pose. I actually have 2 poses of him in the celebration, which is super fire. But I chose now to display him as that because he can wear the cloak when he's celebrating. So I have him in this pose where he's wearing the cloak. Jacket. He's wearing his jacket, not the cloak. I don't know why I keep saying cloak, but it's jacket. He's wearing his jacket and he's holding the volleyball. And it looks super freaking fire. I really love that jacket. Oh, and what separates Bakugo from the rest is that he has a net and a pole for the net too, which I don't know why they don't include for like all the Haikyuus. It's pretty much just BOKUTO and Akashi and Hinata and Kageyama, which is weird. Why is it just that duo? There's a lot of duos in Haikyuu, so why only give them that? Oh, and BOKUTO also has this pose where he's kind of like doing this, and he's kind of like scared, or maybe not scared, but he kind of like lost his confidence. But you know how it is in the show, where he kind of loses confidence. You can also display him as that, which is why I love the Haikyuu NENDOROIDs, because it's so poseable. So many different things to replicate. They all look good. As for Daichi though, his NENDOROID's kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, the best pose that you can do with him, I think, is when he's receiving a ball. That's sick, because he has like extra limbs that you can pose him in. and he's lower to the ground. It's kind of like squatting. Pretty much the coolest pose that you can display him in, but I put him in a different pose where he's wearing his jacket also and is like got his arm crossed like this, cause just for uniformity's sake. Also put him in a pose where he's holding the Karasuno banner, which is so hard to do because the freaking banner falls off because the arms go out like this, not like this. So it just falls off because the banner is straight. As for his faceplates, don't really love them. He has like one with his eyes closed, one where he's smiling while receiving it. I don't know why he would smile while receiving the ball. He's never been like that in the show. He kind of like has a serious face on. He doesn't really smile, which is weird. Good smile. And he gets like mad often in the show too, so I don't get why there isn't a mad faceplate for him. That would have been so much better and been more intense for the serve. Nah, not for the serving pose, but for the receiving pose. That would have been so good. They had like a serious or like a little mad face. Because with Bokuto, it works that he doesn't have a mad face. He doesn't really get mad. He's just like all energetic or like super down. And they have that in his Nendoroid, and it works. But enough with the high Q, boys. Now it's time for the lawyer boys. Yes, sir. I bought Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth because Ace Attorney is actually a pretty fun game. Not gonna lie, there isn't much gameplay. Just click on stuff. Objection! But the objections are super fun. And when I first saw these Nendoroids up for pre-order, I was sold. So I bought them ASAP because I'm gonna show them one by one here. You got Phoenix Wright. He has like the judge's table thing. He has the stand, bro. He has the stand. A different stand, not a JoJo stand. He has this stand. It's so sick. And so does Miles Edgeworth. So you can really have them like fighting it out in the court. All you need is a judge. That's so sick. That's so fun to display. I love that. One thing I wish about the stands though is that it has pegs so it could stay in place. And I can put them on the base along with the Nendoroid because it just moves around. It's very slippery because this is very like slidey and smooth. So this can just slide around and fall off, which sucks because you wouldn't want that. And there's one thing that I noticed about these two Nendoroids is that their arms are more articulate than the JoJo Nendoroids. And yes, their legs don't really move at all. That's understandable though, because you don't really see their legs because they're behind the stands. So that's completely fine. But their arms are amazingly articulate. I wish they did the same thing with JoJo Nendoroids, or at least for future JoJo Nendoroids, because they do a lot of like JoJo poses. And the more articulate arms would help doing that. Because like, bro, just look, I have them in this pose. And it's also like super sick about these figures is that the acrylic words that you can display with them, like the objection, take that, those stuff, it's all included and more, especially like the Japanese ones that I don't know how to read, so I'm not gonna try saying it. But it's also included with the Nendoroids, and you can use those because it comes with a peg as well that you can display. There's one thing, my Phoenix Wright didn't come with the proper peg for it, which sucks, so I can't really display him with the words. So I only have Miles Edgeworth doing the objection, which kind of makes sense because they can't really object at the same time. Just sucks though. Good smile. You kind of did me dirty there, my friend. But I'll let it slide because these Nendoroids are super freaking cool. Their hair, both their hair is depicted so well, especially Phoenix Wright with like the thing, bro. I don't know what it is. It's like a slick back, but it's pointy here. So sick. It's kind of like a Sasuke haircut in a way, but it's so freaking fire. I freaking love it so much. It's so good. Their suit, the color, amazing. Oh, the faceplate for Phoenix Wright, so good. There's one who's like, oh crap, I messed up, or like, oh no, I don't know what that is, but she does the game, so it's freaking fire. I love that. Notice how I only said Phoenix Wright though, because Miles Edgeworth does need better faceplates. He has two faceplates that look the same. He comes with 3, but yeah, 2 of them look the same. One's kind of angry, but like I wish it was like he was even more mad than what it looks like. That would make more sense in the show as well, because here he just looks like he's frowning, which it's kind of meh. Besides that though, besides the stand and like the acrylic things that you can put, there's not a lot of accessories. They both have a paper that they're holding. It's about the case, but it's kind of like blank and empty, so they're just holding blank paper. But nonetheless, definitely would recommend picking up Miles Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright. Really one of the best Nendoroids in recent times. Hands down, one of the best. So good. I love them so much. And with that being said, boys, that's it for this week. See you guys next time. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribing. It would help me a lot, actually. We hit 100 subscribers, which is like hella hype. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's go. And see you guys next time. Deuces. Bye.